Hey everybody, it's Jessica. Welcome to Disastrously Domestic. This is my podcast all about knitting and not much else at this point. It has been 30,000 years since I have podcasted, and I have a really good excuse. I had a baby. He's like 3.5 months old at this point. Yeah, I think the last time I recorded, I was like 8 months, or maybe I was 7 months. I'm not sure. And I don't remember anything that I talked about in the last episode. So I'm probably, I don't know. I'm just gonna start fresh. Because if I don't, no, we're just not gonna go into it. I'm not gonna watch the last episode. Come on. Who's got time for that? Yeah, I moved. That's the other big thing. Normally, I would be podcasting from Seattle, Washington, but a few weeks ago, my family and I moved to a town called Silverdale. It is across the Sound from Seattle, near Bremerton, if you are savvy to the Puget Sound area. It's a lot more rural out here, and my dogs are barking. Matilda, shut your mouth. Okay. And we have a house, we have a fireplace, and we actually have 2 fireplaces. And a pretty decent yard. I might do a house tour once we get things settled. We're still very much surrounded by boxes, and everything's a mess, and there are a few things that we want to change. Well, a few things. I say a few things, but really it's just the floors are carpet, and I would like to have hardwood. Okay, anyway, gosh, it's been a really long time and I feel like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Jessica, get with it. Matilda, stop barking. All right. Yeah, so that's kind of my life stuff. Had a baby. His name is Grant. Grant is great. I will maybe at the end do a little introduction. But yeah, I know not everybody likes babies, myself included. I love my baby, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a baby person. I think I've said that before. I love my kids, but maybe not kids in general. Honesty is one of my better qualities. Okay, so let's just do the normal spiel. I'll do my FOs because I have 2 to share. And then I'll do whips, and then I'll do stash and like planning, and then maybe I'll show you my spawn. Sound good? Okay. And I'm recording on my iPhone too, which is a little weird. And I'm not going to be able to edit the way that I usually do. So this might be really awkward, we'll see. But I'm not editing. I'm not doing it. Bite me. Okay, so FOs. Since the last episode that I recorded, I have cast on and finished a few things. So these things were never shown until now. Well, okay, if you follow me on Instagram, by the way, Disastrously Domestic on Instagram, and Sugar Sticks on Ravelry. That's me. Anyway, I started and finished the Marled Magic Mystery Knit Along, and it's here, and it's massive, and I'll start at one end and show you the whole thing. This is by Stephen West. I have massive tassels. I'm sure I've mentioned my love of Stephen West. And this has got to be one of my favorite patterns by him. So this was knit on size 8 needles, I think, 8 or 9. And you hold fingering weight yarns double to get a marled effect. So, yeah, you can kind of see in this area how I held different yarns together. And there's a brioche section, which I modified to be 2-color brioche. That's the back. That's the front. But it's actually 1-color brioche. But I wanted to make things hard for myself, as one does. So this is humongous, and I don't really know how to wear it, except that I think you can just do whatever you want with it, and it looks amazing because of all the colors. And the best part is there were not very many ends to weave in, at least in this section, because you got to carry them along the front and braid them and then tassel them at the end. I mean, come on. This is wild and crazy. We're two wild and crazy guys. I can't do accents. Whatever. No one knows what I'm even trying to do. Old SNL. Anyway. So yes, this. Not sure when I'll be able to wear it, or if I'll be able to wear it anytime in the near future, because babies. I feel like shawls are awkward to wear with babies, although they're nice for breastfeeding in public. If you care about covering, which I don't always, because babies gotta eat. Okay? So that's my major FO that I'm going to talk about in this episode. I have one more FO, and it is the Baby Surprise Sweater, or jacket, by Elizabeth Zimmerman. The Grand Supreme of knitting. So this is like an origami technique. And I used Knit Picks Felici worsted, that's what it is. I had these 2 skeins just lying around, and I decided to put them together in a sweater. So they have kind of a hot and cold effect. And I did an I-cord edging all the way around. And this is, I'm calling it an FO, but technically it is not done. It has not been washed or blocked. I imagine it will stretch out quite a bit. And it has not gotten buttons yet. But I will show you the buttons because they are damn cute, okay? I don't even know how I found the cutest buttons in the world, but I did. Let me find a good one. They're little pandas. And they're different. They have different faces. Look. This one's blushing. I love it. So there's 5 different ones. Oh, this one's cute. Too much. So those will go on eventually, someday, maybe. And then I will take a picture of the baby wearing his sweater. Looking adorable. I've been really bad with baby number 2 when it comes to making things. With Warren, I made all kinds of stuff, and With Grant, I just haven't. And the things that I started, and I showed in previous episodes, those things, if I showed something and did not show it finished, it will never be finished because this baby is already huge. He's a big baby. He came almost 2 weeks late. And so he started out big, and then he's already in 6-month size stuff. So I was making like 0 to 3 month size or newborn size. Yeah, those are not gonna fit. They are not gonna fit. So I'm not even gonna bother. I'll rip them and make something else. So those are my 2 FOs. And now I guess, normally this would be a cut and my husband would edit it and would take all this awkward transition stuff out, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm not gonna do it. So, whips. Let's talk whips. I have a few that I have kind of been working on in the past couple months. Major one being the Marled Magic sweater. So there's the Marled Magic shawl. Boop, boop, boop. That is amazing. And then Stephen West came out with a pullover based on the same concept where you use 2 strands of yarn and it's similar modular construction and it makes a wild, crazy, weird sweater that, you know, maybe won't look good on me or on anybody, but who the hell cares because it's a work of art. And works of art don't have to be perfect. That's what I keep telling myself. That's what I keep telling myself. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to hold this. Okay. Let's just do this. Okay, so this is what I have so far. You can see all the sections. So, this section right here, this kind of striped seed stitch section, is like a front piece. So it comes thusly and kind of starts to go over your shoulder. And then there's a panel here. And then this is a sleeve, and it's crazy, and I don't know how to show it. Sort of like the Penguono, where I went through great lengths to try to show how it works, and I had a hard time with that. This is working out the same way. So I'm going with kind of a pastel palette ish. And yeah, I'm on section 4. Let me see. Section 1, section 2, section 3. Oh, section 4 is this little triangle brioche. And then section 5 looks like that. It's like a rib, corrugated rib, horizontal rib. That's the word, horizontal rib. Yes, so it's very soft. And this is fingering weight and lace weight held together, as opposed to 2 fingering weights, which is what the shawl had. So it's a little bit of a lighter weight. And I think I'm knitting this on size 6. Yep, size 6. Oh, and I'm using the driftwood needles. The Lykke, I think it's pronounced Lykke needles, Lykke. Lykke? I heard some people who seemed like they knew what they were talking about say Lykke. So I'm gonna go with that. I want to say that's how they said it on, who said it? Whatever. That's how I'm saying it, okay? I really like them though. They're nice. I like the color. And I'm thinking about getting the interchangeable set. I don't really like interchangeables, but I'm thinking about it. I'm actually thinking, and if you've been watching for a while, you'll be like, Jessica, you hypocrite. I'm thinking about getting some of the signature convertible needles because I'm hearing good things about them, and I'm bitter that they don't still make the fixed circular needles like they used to, and the sock needles just aren't the same, and they only have the one size anyway. But I have a pair of size 6 fixed circulars from Signature, and they are my favorite needles in the world. And apparently the cords for the convertibles are very similar. I don't know. I might just suck it up and order some. I think it's happening. Hypocrite. I do that. I say, why, I never clutch my pearls. I will never. And then what do? Whatever. It's fine. It's my life. I do what I want. Okay. So that's a whip that I'm actively working on. I don't get a lot of time to work on it, but I have worked on it. One more. Now I have a few more. I started another sweater. I actually have quite a few sweaters to show today. I started a crazy garter stitch sweater. With just some wild colors. This is Edison Bulb. These are DK and Sport Weight yarns. And I'm not using any particular pattern. But what I'm doing is I'm fading, you know, because fades are so hot right now. But I didn't want to do like the So Faded sweater, or I thought about doing a West Knits fade because he had that knit along going, but I was like, eh. So I just decided that I would find some yarns in my stash and make a sweater, just a garter stitch sweater. So it starts with the black, it goes into the Edison Bulb, and now I'm using this Yarn Barfie cake. This is what my ball winder does. What is this shit? Anybody else deal with this shit? Look at that. Who lives like this? Okay. This is Sport Weight from Spun Right Round, I believe. I got this in Portland the last time I was down there. Forget the name of the yarn store. I also got this there. So this will be the next color. See, it's like a fade, but it's not really a fade. It's not a fadey fade, if that makes sense. I just kind of, I'm going from, whatever. I don't have enough of one color to make a sweater, so I'm mixing a bunch of yarns together. So then I'm going into this, which is DK from Hedgehog. And I believe this colorway is Monarch. It's lovely. And then the next color I don't actually have with me. Shoot. It's packed in a box still. Dang it. The next color is Madeline Tosh. I want to say it's Pashmina, which I think is a sport or DK. I think it's a sport. But that is in Neon Peach. So if you can imagine what Neon Peach would look like, that would be the next color. And then the whole thing's gonna be edged in black again. So I'm starting with black, ending with black. And you know, it's, a lot of people are gonna think this is ugly. But you do you, I do me, okay? So that's another sweater that I started. I have one more sweater that I have started in the past few months. And this one is a little bit more ambitious because it is fingering weight and it is color work. So this is a Bohus sweater. The Wild Apple cardigan. It is from this book, Poems of Color. There's a glare. There we go. Poems of Color. And it has a ton of beautiful Bohus sweaters. And what makes a Bohus sweater unique is that you use, it's a stranded technique, but you use pearl stitches for texture, and it looks really, really cool. But where's the one I'm knitting? I'm that person. So this is a really dark picture. So that's the pattern, that's the yoke I'm knitting. And I'm steeking it and doing a cardigan version. So obviously, so this is like an olive color, and then these are kind of very earthy colors. I'm going for more of a bright palette. I'm kind of going for 70s vibe because we bought a 70s house. Is that weird? I'm like, I bought a house from the 70s, so now I have to buy furniture that looks like it's from the 70s, and I have to knit sweaters that look like they're from the 70s, and I have to live my life like I'm on the freaking that 70s show because I bought a 70s house. Who does this? Like, ugh. Okay, but that's me. That's Jessica. That's what Jessica does. So this is the start here, and you can see, I'll bring it up close. So see how there's pearl stitches, and it just kind of draws the color from the row below up into the, I don't know, it just looks so cool. It looks so cool. So I have a few more colors. I'm using white. I have this color. Oh, that's the purple. That's the blue. That's the green. So I haven't put this reddish color in yet. I have this yellow. Boop, boop, boop. This is the blue. Oh. Okay. Hold on. Ugh. Ugh. Black. Ah. And then pink and red, and these are all my colors. It's my yarn baby. So these two are Shetland Spindrift by Jameson. And then these are all Knit Picks palette, which if you have never used Knit Picks palette, it is very fluffy and soft and nice, and it is not superwash, which makes the steeking possible. You can steek things that are not superwash, but you need to machine reinforce your where you cut so that things don't unravel. But why am I showing the black one? Let's show the white one. So it's a very springy, stretchy yarn. More of a woolen spun. So yeah, this was ambitious. I was like, I'm supposed to pack. What should I do? Oh, I know. I'll start a sweater. And not just any sweater, a color work sweater. Because that's how I roll. So that's that. That's all my sweaters that I'm going to talk about right now. I have, Lord knows I have other sweaters on the needles. but we're just gonna pretend those don't exist right now because. Okay, so one more project that I am going to talk about because I am determined to finish it in the next few weeks is my snow melt shawl. This is from the Curious Handmade, a pattern from Curious Handmade, and this was a mystery knit along. I forget when. It was before Marled Magic. I don't know, it's been so long. But I'm in the middle of a row. I'm one of those people. But here's my progress. I'm on section 4 out of 5. So, yeah, and I wish I weren't in the middle of a row. God damn it. So, this is a... Okay. You guys hate me, don't you? Okay, so this brown is Madeline Tosh Merino Light in some color. This kind of faded blue color is Knit Picks Chroma Fingering. And that one fades into pink, which you can see down here. It's starting to fade into pink. It's a gradient. And then the purple is also Chroma Fingering from Knit Picks. And it kind of goes from this pink and purple to solid purple, and then now it's going back into pink and purple. Yeah, so it's a really beautiful shawl, and if you see finished ones, they're very breathtaking and gorgeous, and I feel like these colors are gonna look so fantastic on the Jessica that sits before you. But oh, these rows, oh Lord, these rows are long. These rows are long. Oh hey, these are the signature needles I was talking about. See? I'm not making it up. They exist, they're real, and they're beautiful. And I stick them in my bra. Okay. Stop it. Stop it, Jessica. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. So yes, these rows are very long, but look how good this is gonna be. This is gonna be so big. So beautiful. I can't wait. I just can't wait. So I'm in section 4 right now. I have a few more rows left, and then I'll do section 5, and then I'll be done. So this is gonna be, it's gonna be so nice. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. Okay, so those are all my whips that I'm showing. And I guess now I will go into my stash acquisitions because I have a few. So a few weeks ago, not long after we moved in to our new place, we decided to explore the Kitsap Peninsula a little bit, which is where we are now residing. It's a peninsula. And there's a really cute town called Port Townsend. It is about an hour and a half, I want to say, give or take, away from us. And they had a yarn store there called Bazaar Girls. And of course I had to buy something because I was like, I have to buy something. It's like a mini vacation. It's a day trip that counts as vacation, so I have to buy something. So I got these because I had never seen these before. Elemental Effects. And it's Cormo. And I chose hot pink because, you know, hot pink. I wanted hot pink. And this is fingering weight, 550 yards stretched. So I don't know what that means, but I got 2, and I figured I could come up with some kind of sweater. If I can't find a pattern, I can come up with my own pattern. I think maybe something with short sleeves I could get away with. Maybe. But, oh my goodness. This is non-superwash Cormo, which is one of my favorite fibers to spin. And yeah, so it's not a local yarn. I asked because I had never heard of it before. But the guy said that the lady lives in California and that she's a little weird, but in a good way. He made sure to say it was in a good way. And I'm like, I like weird people. I'm gonna buy her yarn. So there. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. You guys like hearing stuff like that. You're yarny people. You want to know who the weirdos, the good weirdos are? Weird people are my people. So yeah, I was like, yes, I will buy this. I will buy this yarn. Okay. So there's that. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna knit something with it. It's gonna happen. But I also have some other yarn. I have this, which is, what is it? It's Dream in Color Smushy, I think. There is the thing in here, but I don't want to take it out right now. But this is going to be put with 2 other yarns and a couple mini skeins for Stephen West's upcoming knit along, which starts like next Friday at the time of recording this. Who knows when it'll be posted, but you know, whatever. So I got this to supplement yarns that I already had in my stash. So I'm going to start with this one. This is Hippo for St. Patty's Day. This is Dragon Eggs from Legacy Fiber Arts. This is one of their Game of Thrones, I'm sorry, Skein of Thrones yarns. And then I'm going to go into this one. So he said 3 yarns that kind of play well together and kind of go with each other. So like there is some of this like green color in this one, and then obviously there's like this purple color, so I think that'll work. I did not want to buy 3 skeins of yarn. And I was looking at the yarn requirements, and it looks like you use most of these, so there's not a lot of waste, it seems like. Who knows? We'll see. It also calls for 5 mini skeins. And I have this Edison bulb laying around, which maybe that'll be good. And then I found this one. I have a purple one. I don't know how to show this. This is kind of a challenge. And then I have a skein of this. I don't know. I might just, instead of doing mini skeins, I might choose to do black for all the mini skeins. So like, instead of doing 5 pops of color, I'm gonna do 1 with black. I think that's gonna be the easiest for me. And I don't really, because I don't have a ton of mini skeins and I don't want to try to find them in the store because not every store has them. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be way too much work and no. So I think black, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. I can't even with this. Okay. Just pretend that's not like that. So yeah, I think that'll be good. Now, I might not even do this knit along. Like, I might not keep up with it, but I want to give myself the option to start with everyone else if I can, because, you know, sometimes the knit alongs The mystery knit-alongs are a slam dunk, like with the Marled Magic, and sometimes they are misses, and you know, that's just life, and people like what they like, and that's fine. You know, I ain't gonna tell you what to like, but if you don't like what I like, then you're wrong. I'm kidding. You guys are great, and you have great taste. Or I wouldn't mess with you. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of ums in this episode, so, you know, not sorry, because, you know, that's life, and there's gonna be a lot of you knows, you know? Okay. So I think that's really it for my knitting. I hope everything is going great for everyone else. I have tried to keep up with many of my podcasters through Instagram, but I'm really behind on watching podcasts, so I hope, you know, all y'all are good. And yeah, I guess I will say goodbye. But I will actually, no, I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'll be back and I'll introduce you guys to Grant. So if you don't want to see a cute baby, get out of here, I guess, because I'm going to show him to you. And, you know, I'm not going to show him to you every week. As if I record every week. Oh, I cracked myself up. Okay. Every podcast, I will not show him, I'm sure. Unless, you know, there's a reason. But yeah, so I'm gonna go get him, okay? I'll be back. All right. Peace. Okay. Hi, everybody. We're back. This is Grant. He's big. Can you tell? Say hi. Say hi. Why do people do that with babies? They're like, say something, say this, say that. And baby's like, shut the hell up, I'm not saying anything. I'm a baby. Look how much drool. He's already starting to like drool and teeth, and he's not even 4 months yet. Can you smile? Hi? Hi? Can you smile? Can you smile? Normally he smiles. Can you smile? This one looks more like me than Warren did, or does, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but you know, it's something. He got my ears. Hey. They stick out hilariously. Look at that. Okay, anyway, that's my baby. I made this with my body, and he's, you know, he's great. I'm gonna keep him for the foreseeable future. Okay. That's the end of the podcast. I don't know what to say. You know, whatever. Peace again. Baby. Baby. All right.